Hello everyone, this is Aaron again, of course. Today I'm excited. We're talking about two things. Talking about some upgrades for my P15 and 22. This is my last one. I've had it for a while now, but I've been waiting on some shrouds to come in for it. And it took a while for me to get that taken care of, but we finally got the shrouds in for this thing. So now we have the parts, all the parts I need to do the upgrades on this particular gun. So we're going to talk about those upgrades in a minute and where they're coming from. Secondly, I'm going to be announcing at the end of this video an opportunity for you to win one of these, a P15. I've been talking with Corral, and we come up with an agreement where it's something that's going to be very beneficial to you, and it's not going to break the bank for them. So we're going to talk about that at the end, but you'll have an opportunity to win this particular gun, and we'll go into detail that in a minute. But right now, let's talk about the upgrades that I'm going to be doing for this gun. We're going to be doing upgrades in 3 different areas. Okay, we're going to be upgrading the magazines, also with some magazine holders. We're going to be upgrading the buttstock. We're going to be putting some Picatinny rails on here. We're going to be putting a cocking lever on here. And also the Picatinny you already see up front to get this gun to set up. It's part of that also, but I need the gun to be set up right, so I'll be showing you another that I have on that. And then lastly, we're going to be taking a look at 3 different shrouds that you can get for the P15s through air effective tuning. And give me some suggestions on which is the best shroud for which caliber you're going to be getting. Because it's easy, you can get kind of confused when you're looking there at what you really should be ordering for your gun. I'm going to clear that up for you so when you contact them, you know exactly, if you were to contact them for a shroud, you will know exactly what they ask for. So with that, let's just go ahead and jump right into this, and I'll focus on this gun and show you the things we're going to be doing. Let's go. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is Darko's magazines. I can't say enough about these magazines, and the reason I can say with confidence about these magazines because I use these magazines in the field, and you just can't beat them in terms of quick loading. One of the things that when you're out pesting and you're shooting and all of a sudden you're out of pellets, you have to load another one up and you got to get the other one loaded in between the shots and things are going pretty fast. You really want something you can load quickly. Now the magazines that come with it, this is a standard magazine that comes with it. In order to load it, you got to take this thing all the way around and drop in the first pellet backwards. And that's kind of hard because sometimes that skirt does not want to get down in there right. And then you want to flip it over, and now you have to in turn drop one in, shake it till it drops, another one, shake it till it drops. You can just see I'm lining it up perfectly so they'll fall right in, because if they don't, it's really a headache. That one didn't, but okay. And that's why you got to do it all the way around until you're done. The reason I like to go with these, with charms, is because of this. I can take this thing here, and I'm in the field. As quickly as I can turn this thing and drop a pellet in there, it is loaded. And I can load this thing here in a matter of seconds, comparatively speaking, if my hands weren't so clumsy. Plus, I just lubricated these pellets, so they're really slippery. But as you can see, 8 pellets is not going to take me any time at all if I was in the field shooting. Or this thing right now, and I am ready to go. But with this one here, I would still be turning and dropping and turning and dropping, and it's just a pain. So in the field, I got 2 of these, so I usually keep these loaded, and then once these have been used, I toss them aside and I go with the charm, because now I can switch back and forth and load these things very, very quickly. And I want you to know too that the Darko's pellets, Darko's magazines are not just for the P15. I also ordered from him for my 25 cal impact, and I also ordered from him for my 177 impact. And it's the same thing. I will say that they made a big jump on this, because now with the Mach 2, you can actually take this thing off, cock it, take this thing off, drop the pellets in turn, then put it back on, and you're ready to go. But if you have the old style like I do, then you got you're shot with the same thing as with the other one. You got to take this thing all the way around here. You got to drop one in the front. Now you got to keep this thing perfectly as you go all the way back around it. And again, with the charms, as fast as you can turn this thing. And the nice thing about it is he has a lock on this one. So every time you turn it, you don't even have to hold it. It will lock in place, and then when you get ready to go, hit that and you're ready to go. So I just think that I just love these pedals. I know everything's upside down for you, but it'll be really disorienting if I try to do it any other way. And also, I always get these mag holders that hook onto the Picatinny on the side of my gun, because I can drop these in here like that. And it's right there, and if I run out and I need to pull one out, I slide out, drop it in gun, and load the other one up, stick it in there until it's ready, and that sort of thing. So between the mag and the mag holders, it's just a must for me in the field. And I just wanted to say a little bit about that for you. And contact information for you is there. And he doesn't only make them for the Impact and for the P15. He makes these for a number of guns, and he makes a number of other items. So you need to go on his site and see what he has available. And let's move on to the second part of my upgrade for this gun. Okay, the next upgrades we're going to be talking about is the upgrades I got from JB 3D Printing. And I got 5 different things I'm going to be doing to this gun with the upgrades I gotten from here. Now let me just say this at the outset that, you know, I like to just set my guns off with whatever is out there that I can find. It's just what I do. But I would say in this particular case, if I was going to get anything of all the items I'm about to show you, there's one that really is, I would think is almost a must, and that is the butt plate. And we'll talk about the butt plate in a minute. Well, why don't we just begin with the butt plate? The nice thing about this butt plate is, one, it extends it back another 2 inches on the gun, sticking the gun a little bit further from your shoulder. And for me with these long arms, that works. And the next thing is the adjustability of it, how you can slide this thing up and down to whatever length you want it, to where it fits your eye, in terms of bringing the reticle crosshairs up to your eye. That's a must for me. If nothing else, the butt plate is a must. The rest of it is an add-on that you might want to get, but we'll go through them. So one thing I like is the cocking mechanism. Okay, and I do believe that this is made both by JB 3D Printing and by Darko, the guy I just talked about a few minutes ago. I think I know he prints his things out too, and I think he also makes cocking levers also. You might want to check on that. But the cocking lever goes just on here very simply, and goes on very easy. You just pop that on there like that, and you're done, and there you go with the cocking lever. You see this falling off. The reason it's falling off is because I wanted to detach it so that when I got ready to do the butt plate, I wouldn't have to take all that time unscrewing it. Okay, so I got the cocking lever. The second thing I'm talking about is the up front Picatinny. Now it's already on here, but basically what it does is it slides right onto the gun, as you can see, and then you're able to mount IR lights or lights. You can put a bipod on it, as I have down there, and it's a must with this gun, because this gun does not come with any Picatinnys. And so since we're already on the subject of Picatinnys, let me talk about the next one that we have. There's also side Picatinnys that fit under here, and as you can see, I already have on here the Darko mag holders, because I actually glue these things on so they won't come off, because they have a tendency to bump something, they could pop off. So I tend to glue them on, and that's why they're on there already. And then the next thing we're going to talk about is the cheek piece. This thing comes with a little piece of plastic as a cheek piece, and otherwise your face is against the cold parts of the gun. This cheek piece fits over here, and there's one already on here, but it fits over there like that, and then it allows your face to be touching up against this instead of the cold gun. But again, not totally a necessity, but like I said, I dress my guns out. So we're going to go ahead and add these things to it. As you can see right here, we're talking about it again. This just goes over here and just slides on. Slides into place, and it locks down when you add whatever you add to the bottom of the Picatinny. Otherwise, you can just, if you don't need it, it's nice. You just take it off and lay it aside. Okay, the next thing we want to talk about is just adding the cheek piece. And I said it's already on here, but to the cheek piece there's 2 screws You take the old one off, you pop that on it, put the 2 screws in, and you got your cheek piece up there, no more cold metal. Now the 2 side ones, they go on like this. You take here, it pops on here, and there'll be 4 screws. Pops on this side, and then you just add the screws to it. And there are 4 screws that hold it in place. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera and then come back and show you how it looks with that. Okay, I did come back to just show you as I screw in this last screw, just to show you how this mounts. But basically, as I screw in this last screw, you'll see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to be screwed in. And when you do, that's locked in place. Now, the last thing we want to do is put on the butt part of this thing. And let me talk a little bit about that. Okay, when you get it, this gun, it's going to come with a butt plate. It's going to come with a rubber butt plate that's going to attach here. It's going to be glued on. You have to pry this off. When you pry it off, it will have 2 little nodules there. Just take a razor blade or something, cut those nodules off, because you do not want to throw that part away. Okay, it's going to really, really shoulder better if you take this and reapply it to the back of here. This by just, what all I did was drill, because there wasn't no holes in it. I drilled 2 holes in it, and I got some a couple of screws. I call them self-tapping plastic or wood screws to put it on there. And we'll talk about that in a second, but you're going to pry this off. Once you pry this off, then now you're going to be able to, now you're going to have to go in and make and drill 2 small holes in it. Or you can use this self-tapping. Again, I got a self-tapping screw here. If I were to take it and hold this thing in place, and of course my holes are already here. But if I were to hold this thing in place and push really, really hard on that, those self-tapping screws would go in and lock into that wood. After getting this last screw tightened in, the first screw tightened in, you slide this up. You take your second self-tapping screw, and down here you want to put it down here on the bottom. And of course, like I said, I just went ahead and drilled a hole in that. I stuck an ink pen down there to make a couple of dots, and now let's drill into the dots. Okay, now that's done. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is you want to take this thing. Now let's get down here and I'll show you. You want to take this thing, you want to bring it to your eye, and you want to slide it to where it fits your eye perfectly. So once you've made this adjustment back here, now you can bring this off. You can use a 4mm to tighten this down, snug that down, and now that's your shooting height. And as you can see, for me, it's about a whole inch, inch and a half higher than what it would be from here, so the gun would sit kind of low, and I had to tilt my head more to the right. The last thing you want to do now is, I've already tapped this and put 2 self-tapping screws in there, and I've drilled a hole back here. Now that's where I say do not throw away this rubber part. Pry this off, cut it down so they can fit back under here, because this is plastic. And that's probably the way it's supposed to be done, but I don't remember. I'm one of those guys that don't follow instructions. So if instructions did come with it, I didn't notice it and didn't pay any attention to it. So it may have been in there to do this or not, but if it was, I missed it. If it wasn't, this is the way to do it. So once you get these screwed down on there, now you have the rubber back. Okay, so we'll just go over once again all the attachments that we've made to this. We added the cocking lever, added the butt plate, side Picatinny, front Picatinny, and cheek piece. Those are the 5 pieces I want. But like I said, this is the one that I think is a must. If you got long arms like me, especially, because this is a very short gun, as you can see. And also, let me get some advice on the cocking lever. On this cocking lever, this thing is not designed for you to cock it here. Okay, you would cock it the same way you would normally cock it. You would grab this gun, but all the force would be on this top finger. This here is helping you to grab it and pull it back, but the actual force is going to be on this top finger to actually go back and cock the gun. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the air effective tuning shrouds that I got for this thing. Now, let me just say this. The shroud that comes with it is backyard friendly enough. But like I said, with me, I like to get the add-ons and that sort of thing. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But basically, let me talk about what can happen when you get ready to order your pieces from the company. Now, depending on the caliber you want, but you can end up with 3 different parts. Let me show you those 3 different parts. You can end up with an overall shroud. You can end up with a plug shroud that will fit onto the existing shroud. Or you can come up with these 2 things here that will slide over the barrel. It's just for dress up. And it will look like that. And it will be really, really nice looking. This won't serve any purpose except for decorative. Okay, now let me just show you. When I ordered and I got everything because I didn't know what to order. Okay, but let me tell you this, what I've done in the past that worked. Okay, I'm gonna show you 3 different versions. First, I'm gonna show you my 177. Something failed. Okay, this is my 177. If you take a look at my 177, you'll see that all it is the first part of the barrel. It's just this little single one here. Okay, and it's got the shroud mechanism built right into it, but it goes on here like this. Okay, now you can see that because I ordered this as a 177, it's longer. If I put this piece on there, it's a little bit shorter. Okay, because usually if you're going to go with the 22 or the 25, you're going to be adding the nose to this. Okay, so that's what it looks like if you order just the for the 177. All you want is just the 177 part. That's all you need. Do not end up with all these other pieces. Okay, set this down and show you something else. Okay, now if you take a look at my 25, and I really have these the opposite of what I think they should be, but let me just talk about it anyway. Okay, if you look at my 25, you're going to see that my 25, all my 25 is, I lift it a little bit, all my 25 is this barrel that came with it, with an adapter on the front, and this added. That's all it is. Okay, so basically, if you're getting a 22 or 25, all you really need is this. You don't need all these other pieces I ordered that can cost a lot of money. Okay, so if you're going 25, you can go with this. If you're going 22, you can go with just this piece. But let me just tell you, this is my 25, and I have just this piece on it, and it's quiet enough. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to end up doing as we go through the rest of this. Lay it to the side. Okay. Now, when you get it, it's going, as I said, it's going to come with this shroud. And this shroud is quiet enough. But one of the downsides of this shroud is that the internal baffles are metal. I think there's 8 of these that are in there, and they stack. One on top of the other like that. So that as you fire the gun, the air will get caught between these chambers as they go. But if you know anything about metal, metal tends to ping a little. Okay, so these are already out of there, but I just want to show you that's what's in there, because I'm going to pull this off. Okay, as I pull this off, now right now, these would be down in there like this, just to show you. Okay, they would be down there, and when you shoot, the air between them would, of course, baffle it as it comes out. Okay, and that is, and this barrel right here is all that I have, and I'll bring it back up again. Sorry to go in and out of the camera like this. That's all this barrel is. It's a basic barrel with this shroud on it, with these baffles in it, and it really quiets it down if you were to get that. But you really, if you gotta really want it really quiet, if you want to go through that process. Okay, I'll lay that down, and I'll tell you how I got this set up here now. The way I have this set up here now, this is the 22, and as I said, all this 22 really needs is this over the existing barrel. But when I ordered, I didn't know that. I ordered the whole thing, and let me just go to show you what it does. I'm going to reverse this and do it for my 2025, because this is way more baffle than this gun needs. But this goes on, and it fits down over a little adapter that's back here. And it'll be a different adapter than came with the gun. Okay, and you'll screw that down, and then you'll take this here. Is it still on camera? Yeah. You take this and you will screw this on here. And I will show you the difference between these two once I get this to screw on. Because I tell you, I can never get it started right. There we go. Okay. Screw this on for you. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to bring that's about 22. I'm going to bring my 25 over now, and I'm going to extend the legs, hopefully, so it will actually be above this gun. So you can see under and see. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, now if you take a look at these two guns, this barrel right here is the second barrel that I bought. I mean, second shroud that I bought for the barrel. Don't need it for either gun, really. But what it is because this one still has the ping in it, and this takes all of that out. And I did order this. I'm going to go ahead and switch this over to my 25 and switch this over to my 22 because the 22 does not need this much shrouding. But I will tell you this, it does make a difference when you shoot it. But like I said, I don't know how necessary it is, but it's really nice. But don't make the mistake I made. If you got a 22 or 25, all you want to order is this. And when you order this, and you order to put a P15, or for the Diana gun, this is all you need. Because when they send you this, they're gonna send you this adapter piece that fits up into the existing barrel that is here. Okay, so it's not tapped. This barrel is not tapped, but they're gonna send you this little adapter here to screw this on, and you're gonna be able to do it. So unless you really want to spend some extra money and get some extra shroud that's already provided, it's just that this is I don't know, some type of plastic, and as a result, plastics is more of a thud than metal. It would be a little bit quieter. But again, if you're getting the 177, get the single side. Tell them you want the single side for the 177. If you get a 22 or 25, tell them you want this bulbous nose that's up here. You'll see it on there when you go on there. And I have a link down here for you to take a look at it. And something should be popping up on the screen to show you that. So let me pop things back and take us to the next section of this talk. Okay, and those are all of the things I've done to upgrade my gun. Things that you may want to look into or may not want to look into. But now let me talk about the second part of this. The second part of this is you will have an opportunity, if you want, to win a P15. And let me tell you, I'm not going to get into the whole details of it right now because I'm going to post a video probably Wednesday about the contest and how to get into it. And the reason I'm going to do that is the same reason I did it last time, is that when I did the big giveaway, is that I really want the people who comment on that to be people who are actually trying to win the gun. With the big giveaway, a lot of people came in with congratulations and that sort of thing, and I appreciate that. But it got mixed in with the people that were trying to win, and things got kind of hectic there, and I lost some things, and then some things came back. And when I say it was hard, it was really, really hard, that big giveaway. But that's done now. That was a success. I'm happy with it. I hope you guys, those of you who won, are happy with the things that you got, and I hope that you other guys that may not have won, that didn't win, may have an opportunity at this gun. But I'm gonna talk about the details of that in a separate video in 3 days, on probably Wednesday. This is Sunday that I'm posting this one. So Wednesday I'm gonna come up and tell you how you can win a P15 and what it's gonna take to get it. So with that, I will be back with you guys again on Wednesday. Let me talk about one other thing before I go, and that is the sling. One thing that's very important when you're in the field is the sling. And I'm going to just flip this around for a second. Close it out this way. Okay. If you take the two bottom screws out of this thing and just pop this out, you're going to find a cavity right about here. And that cavity is in the perfect place, because it allows you to put on a swivel attachment so that you can attach to this gun something I have attached to all my guns, which is a single piece sling. And in the field it is so important. And so you'll drill a hole in here. There'll be a cavity down there. You put a screw in the back of it, of course. And then now it allows you to pop this on. And now you have a sling for this thing. And I'm telling you, when you're walking around in the field, even on this gun only weighs 7 pounds. Okay, but when you're walking around in the field with this gun, you definitely want to be able to every now and then do this to fill your pellets or whatever you need to do to have your hands free. To pick up birds with whatever you need to do. You're going to need this thing here without having to lay it down. Especially where I do it, where there's nothing but cow excrement and that sort of thing. So, you're here, you drop it down, you can carry it like this, you can carry it like this, or you can just walk. So, a sling is a must for these guns, in my opinion. So, we'll close it with that. If you have any questions about anything, of course, all you got to do is comment, and I'll try to get back to you. I try to respond to everyone I get. So, with that, let's just keep it safe and see you guys on Wednesday.